going to be showing you different applications on how to use our equine rock tape for our equine athletes. We're going to be showing you 3 different ways: pain mitigation, inflammation. We're going to show you a basket weave structure for that to get rid of inflammation or edema, as well as movement.
You see, watch the tail and the pelvis. If you get right over the top of him, you see that his pelvis flexes to the right just a little bit more than the left, and the tail tends to be carried a bit more to the right because the tail kind of goes where the pelvis goes. Of course, a more challenging exercise is to actually try and stand on one of these. Now, it's important to provide appropriate support because it's nearly impossible to actually balance on one unless they're a trained circus dog. But we're trying to really work on the position awareness of the limb and the joints as well as muscle.
So you have AAFCO, which is going to have their nutrient recommendations for pet foods. So you may balance out a homemade diet designed to meet AAFCO. Or there's also the National Research Council. Then you just have to decide what's going to be your guideline for balancing the diet.
You observe the posture. You also notice that the dog is panting. That is not atypical of an animal that is painful, but basically he's got his head dropped and just doesn't look like a happy camper.
I am going to get as close as possible to the joint.
And so you can kind of almost strum it as it crosses through that bicipital groove right here. Okay?
For the hip joint, you can put 2 pads around the actual joint so that the current will travel back and forth between the hip joint.